you will understand how determined we are. But there is one thing we have resolved to do. From today onwards, the death of every Biafran will be avenged. We are dead already. When you see men, you will understand how determined we are. But there is one thing we have resolved to do.
Yo, hello, wonderful viewers. How are we all doing today? Well, oh well. I trust we are all doing okay. So welcome to the broadcast of today. It's always a wonderful thing to be here to do what we know how to do best and give you all the narrative the way it should be laid out, All right. Today's broadcast has to do with, number one, it has to do with the burial of the fake Buhari. The fake Buhari. All right? We had to repeat it that way twice so you get to understand why we are here. So, like yesterday, we said the aspect of, you see on the title there, right there on your screen, it says Mazi Nnamdi Kanu versus Wike. Then we now bracketed fake Buhari again. We said we are going to start up our broadcast with the story Mazi Nnamdi Kanu narrated about Wike, the evil man. The evil man called Nyesom Nwaike that went ahead to change his name. Then you all will have to understand why these crazy ass people called the Niger Delta from Port Harcourt, the coastal region, the Delta Plains, and the rest, how they are so foolish, Certain people make certain mistakes sometimes based on the line of the lights that they operate from. When you are focused with certain goals, missions, and objectives, it can become blurry sometimes, Yeah, we do understand. And we also know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to a whole lot of people, it might look like an error, that he made some errors, But he never made any error because he's a man of means. Sometimes he drops the message like alley carpets, and it's like a jigsaw puzzle in an alley carpet. So you really need to think deep to fish out what he was laying out. So that's the way we see it. So no rooms for errors. We'll wipe it out. Wipe it out completely. Yeah. The first voice you heard here today was that of MNK. He said that from today on henceforth, the death of every Biafran will be avenged. The point of correction, there's no such thing as Biafra, and there has never been any such thing as Biafra. The identity of Biafra was a fraud. It had nothing to do with our land. That was why Ojukwu asked, why Biafra? And nobody got any answer about that. And it surprised me that the chroniclers from the East and the West, not the West per se, when we talk of West now, we are not talking of the Yoruba bandits. We are not talking about those ones. We are talking of the main Western media, or the main Western system or architecture of education. We are not talking about the Yoruba, we are talking of the Western system architecture of education, which is misleading. We deciphered the code. We broke it down. We discovered where the name Biafra originated from, and we imprinted it. So any other person can go and claim honors for what the Idu people found out. But we don't care. Do you know why we don't care? Because there is no such thing as originality. We know where we are coming from. Definitely, you should know. We know where we are heading up to. But the man you see on your screen still remains the leader, and he's the one with the flag in his hand. The name Biafra shall be totally obliterated. Totally obliterated. And anything that stands in the way of the obliteration shall go down with the name. We don't care. This is ancient to do. You know, Wike, the evil monster that executed his own people and proudly said he was going to blow off their head and cut them like vultures, that the parents of the youths or the children of the land that he slaughtered, we think that the children went out to make money, but meanwhile he has chopped them and used them for rituals. And he was proud to talk about it. Nnamdi Kanu has cursed you already. So we are not coming here to curse you. We are only spicing up the curse so that the curse will be delicious. According to that man, I'm trying to remember his name, but he's late now. But I love him. Don't worry, when I remember his name, I will call his name. He often refers to people that when they die, they will die miraculously. I prefer that man more than the crazy Tibetan, the corrupt Tibetan. That man says better truth than him. All right? So that is the way we are spicing up the curse laid on Wike from Nnamdi Kanu, the author of the curse. And it has its own ISBN number. That means it's official. So let's take it that way. Let's take it that way. Before we pilot down to this main reason why we are here today, this is the Wike side, but we are not going to touch down on it. But so before we pilot down on what brought us here today, I need you all to see this picture. That is the image of Rano Air, the Northern Airline of Nigeria. Northern Airline. Serving the purpose of North alone. The only part in Nigeria where this plane goes to is Lagos. Apart from Lagos, nowhere else. It doesn't go international, it goes nowhere. But we now have Air Peace, Allen Onyema, from the east, running its services across the nation and, by extension, international. Air Peace takes flight from Lagos to any other part of Nigeria. with the normal fare, very reduced. Now, airpeace flies to the east times 2 of the original cost, and yet it's an Igbo man. What do you expect from the Igbos? That is why they are Igbos. That is why they are Igbos. Very mean people, very evil people. Nnamdi Kanu tried to make a teaching why the Igbos should come together, be united as one. But he doesn't know. He doesn't really know. Do you know why he doesn't know? Because some came into this world with a specific goal, specific mission to tackle the roots, the foundation of wickedness, what made the ancients fail. So some came back to tackle that root. Nnamdi Kanu never had that kind of experience of how deadly or wicked our people could be. It's because he could have it theoretically. So now he got it by experience. So maybe when he comes out, he will not become the ferocious lion he's meant to be. Chopping the people left, right, and center with no pity. Only justice shall reign. Only justice. Love must be abrogated completely for the land to be okay. That is the way it should be. We are sick and tired of this madness coming from the bandits called the Igbos that love to sell. Anything they see, they sell. That is how they sold Nnamdi Kanu. As Melford Okilo, Ken Staruwiwa, and the others sold Ojukwu. The bloodline of saboteurs, sellers are everywhere. That is why someone like Nsima, in this age and time, after declaring it, now became worse than Melford Okilo, Ojukwu, Ife Ajuna. All of them combined, you find every one of them inside one man called Nsima. Evil spirit. That's what our people are. Evil spirit. Not regular now. Demonic evil spirits. That is what they are. That's why they became IGBO. From UGBO to IGBO. Then if we talk about it, you will see an elder working with the walking stick. Who told you that? Your mama tell you say you be Igbo. That is why you are talking. You know nothing about our Omenala. Who cares about your bloody Omenala? Who cares? We are the Asians. So your Omenala can go to hell. We don't care. Because Omenala shall be abrogated. Also, we'll remove it. Mad people everywhere. Mad people. You think we are here to joke? Huh? You think we are here to joke? This is Rano Air. Rano. The Rano Air that doesn't go international suddenly flies to London to bring empty casket. We have the video of the empty casket here. And they went and they buried this 81 years old man on your screen, looking younger than a 35 years old person. Only in Nigeria, God does specific and special miracles that God does nowhere else on earth. Only in Nigeria. This is the man. 81 years old, 81. And it is a shame that people keep portraying this picture. And you know the spectacular thing about this particular entity on your screen. We'll talk about it. Do you know that when the great Fela Anikulapo Kuti was alive, he said, he called this man, this very man, this terrorist on your screen, he called him animal in human skin. Many of you know this song. Once they play animal in human skin, you see you start dancing. You know, the black man is possessed with the spirit of stepping, dance, hot stepper, you know. Little thing you see there, oh. They start dancing. They dance because they can't think. They don't know that music carries a specific message. Before you move to the rhythm, get the message of the music. So when you move to the rhythm, you are synchronizing to the message and you use it to get your target and you move on. Music is a control system, but to the black man, music is a drug for them to become foolish. Fela saw this man and called him a terrorist, but many people don't understand. The spectacular thing about this terrorist is, you see that eyeglass on his face. That eyeglass on his face never goes out of his eyes. This fake Buhari, not the one that died. This particular fake one. The eyeglass on his face, he uses to bat, he uses to sleep, he uses to do anything, even backflip, acrobat, anything he does with that eyeglass. That eyeglass never goes out of his eyes or his face. Never. And we'll prove it here. We are proving it here. Right now, you will see. This is the Rano Air. The airline that flew from Kanu to London and brought back a dead Buhari. And when Fela was the first that caused this man, Fela. And you know that this man has been so unpopular in so many nonsensical things that has happened in the history of Nigeria. Nigeria, I believe, used to be visa-free to the UK and US. When this guy overthrew the government of Shehu Shagari, he was the first person that overthrew a democratic elected president. He overthrew the guy and became the president. We lost our visa-free access to those nations. So this guy represented bad luck from the beginning to the end of his career. And he now died like a common criminal. I will relate his death to the death of Jezebel, that the scripture rightly said, that when you die, you will have no official burial. And how did Jezebel die? She died according to the way the scripture said it. The dog fed of her. So particles of her was buried. In the sense that when this man died, 2017, they did a secret burial, not even state or official. They just took him to Saudi Arabia, dug the ground, pam, dropped him inside, covered it, sharp. Because as a president, when you die, a president of a nation like Nigeria, according to them, that Nigeria is, great, one thing or the other, you have state visit from fellow president. People will come. They will lay the wreath on wherever they bury you. No, him. Wherever they just put him there, they just come as sign of honor and respect. But that thing never happened. The North, the Fulanis, the idiots called the Fulanis, they never knew that they used their own hand to direct themselves permanently and forever. Now, the entire world knows that the Fulanis are evil. For them to do that thing, and by extension, it rubbed off on Nigerians to prove a point that Nigerians are useless. They can be educated, but they are useless. That is why Coolio sang in Gangsta's Paradise, educated fools with money in their hands. The Nigerian, the black man, the Nigerian. You see, yeah, we are technical. We lay it down like alley carpet. We connect tissues together. This is psychological robotics. That is what we are building here. You see the way we relate it? Why Coolio sang educated fools with money in their hand? That is a Nigerian they are talking about. That is it. That is how this man, they repped himself and lost everything out of greed. We must die in power. And he died in power, of course. You know, when Yaradua died, Yaradua had a standard state honor. Standard. So now, from the spirit world, he ruled 2017, 18, 19. Then now, from the grave, from the real abyss of Wahala, he came out and contested election. A man that doesn't exist contested election and won the election and continued ruling. So now let me count the fraud. Why Nigeria is so hated around the world. To any academia or any idiot from Nigeria that will come out and say, oh, he abuses us. The world respects us. No, nobody respects you with your green passport. Because number one, If a dead man that the world knows is dead, you people can parade him. You people can parade him. Take him everywhere. He goes to United Nations conference. He meets presidents of other countries, and they know that this one doesn't exist. Then that act alone made them to look down on Nigerians permanently forever. This is 81 years old. Obasanjo. Let me think again. I think during the Civil War, Obasanjo and the others, they weren't up to 30 years. I think maximum should be 28 to 29, but from 25 to 29, most of them. Buhari as at then should be like within 29 to 31. I don't know, but I'm calculating. I'm just trying to add up. So Buhari should be within 29 to 31. So now, if Buhari is within 29 to 31, he should be at least 1 year or two older than Obasanjo. He should be at least 1 year or two older than Obasanjo. Now, let us look at Obasanjo. How old he's looking, how feeble, he can't walk properly. Now, let us even look at the younger one, known as IBB, Babangida. We can see how old he is. Babangida is younger than Buhari. And Babangida looks this feeble. And Buhari looks like this. You Nigerians are the worst fools on earth. Worst. Very useless people. Starting from the Igbo land, very useless people. Babangida is far, far younger than this man. But today, Babangida looks very old with all the billions. Babangida has so much money. Buhari doesn't even have. Buhari will bring out everything he has. Babangida will change it to any currency of the world, starting from the Kuwaiti dinar to the United States dollar, or British pound, or the euro, yen, Dutch mark, Dutch guilder, name it. Any currency, Brazilian real, just name it. Babangida will change it. And Babangida is there, the only cat that ruled Nigeria for long. Special cat, IBB. God did not go to Babangida to change his kidney, change his heart, change his lungs, change his liver, and make him young. Suddenly, Buhari, God now jumped down from heaven. Oh boy, let me be Jehovah of the Jesus of Nigeria. That is how God came. Oh, Buhari, come, I love you. Bam, bam, bam. Change all those things. Buhari now became, from this look now, this particular one on your screen, Buhari now transformed to this particular one on the bottom side of your screen. This was Buhari, the Buhari. You can see the eyeglass on his face. You can see the eyeglass on the face of this Buhari. Even inside the bathroom, in the toilet, midnight, anywhere, the man wear the eyeglass like Spider-Man, he move. Because Spider-Man is always, the eye is always covered. This is a living Spider-Man that ruled Nigeria. From this look, he suddenly became Bobo, young Bobo. Look at the Bobo on your screen. Huh? And Nigerians are there. Adeboye, that is Gio. And God told me that was let me hear a big hallelujah. Everybody, hallelujah. And professors are there. Engineers are there. Emeritus are there. The cream de la cream of the academia, they are there. People that won multiple academic awards, they are there. And they all believe that this thing on the screen is 81 years old. They all agreed. The scripture said, do not strengthen the hand of evil. Nigeria from Alpha to Omega, from Gog to Magog, everybody chorused and supported this entity, this fraud. Look at the 80-something years old man called Buhari of Nigeria. Buhari of Nigeria, that was in ICU. Today, I saw in AFC, Associated Press or whatsoever, they said, When Buhari was there was an allegation. People were making rumors about him that he was dead. He was dead. Now that they did his burial in Kanu or wherever they went to do the burial, what's the name of that state again? It's inconsequential. We don't want to know. Daura, very inconsequential. How many world leaders went there? How many top dignitaries, not even their representative, not even their secretary, not even their press or media, nobody went there. It showed clearly that the curse that Fela placed on this guy took effect. If your president died or dies, people will come, condolences will come from different nations. But that was why we were silent. We wanted the burial and everything to be over so that we can come. Well, it's well over 48 or 72 hours. The burial has been done and dusted. So we are still waiting. After about 72 hours or more, no international rep coming to Nigeria to say, or bringing of the wreath, the laurel wreath, the flowers, all those kind of things, to put on the grave of the man. Nobody. It was just like taking empty casket, pam, throw him inside, Omo bury this rat. Omo leave and make pussycat come chop him. And that was how pussycat chopped the guy. Nobody went there. No soul went there. Is it not clear that it was an empty casket that they put in the ground? And this is the original face of the man they call the Buhari. And the 35 years old face when they show the world. Though. Nigeria should be ashamed of themselves. They should stop showing that face of the 35 years old boy. Now look at, the last broadcast, we brought out 12 lunar Buharis, 12 lunar. Every month, one new Buhari. Now look at another Buhari here. You all can see this Buhari. Look at his face and the hand posture and the thumb. I don't know if that is the nails, the thumbnail or whatsoever. But look at the hand that we circled there in red. Take a careful, you can stop the video and zoom it. And tell me that hand you see there belongs to that body. We can do better Photoshop editing. Masterclass Photoshop. We can do it. And when we do it, you will not even know which one is original from fake. Look at the job they did. When God wants to expose you, he will let you go mad so that you will make multiple mistakes that cannot be repaired. Look at what they showed to the world. This is the Buhari, the one that came from the spirit world. You all know that the other Buhari that we just took out from here now, this very one on the bottom side of your screen, this idiot here when I touch, is far, far different from this very one now that did hand like this. The face here looks very different. The neck looks different. But when you say it's on Nigeria, we say, nah, leave that thing. You don't mean anything. Now just picture. They just put camera like this. They just snap on like that. That is Nigeria. Just leave them. God, no. God, we go just pray. We go just pray. We go. Prayers. Don't worry. Sooner or later, we'll teach about the word prayers. P-R-A-Y. We'll now tell you why that word doesn't exist. Then we'll give you the original that existed before it was changed to P-R-A-Y. Because what you know as P-R-A-Y is actually P-R-E-Y. You are a prey for destruction. That's why every time you see Africa, let us go and pray. Pray for what? You and who they pray. We don't pray. We are Idu. We don't pray. And I won't tell you what we do. Because if I talk I'm here now, that idiot that called himself Eye of the God of Igbo land, one useless youth, he could just jump out. Because yes, we have done research, we know this, we know that. That is Igbos. They are always there just waiting by the corner. They are rats. Igbos are rats. Nkapi. That is what they are. Nkapi. Witchcraft Nkapi. They are by the corner waiting. Oh yeah, to do. Say it so that we can go and work on it. But we won't. We wouldn't. Idiots everywhere. Look at the man that God came down to change his kidney in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria, God always does miracle. Now look at him again here. Can you see that this very face you see here? and this face, they are not the same. This face looks much older than this very face you see here, than this very face. This is the face of 81 years old man. Look at the hand again. We circled it. This hand is even far younger than the face. Can't you people see that an old man, the hand, you will see arteries, vein, you know, wrinkled. Go and look at Donald Trump, a billionaire. Look at his hand, you will see the wrinkle. Donald Trump is not even up to 80. He's going to 80. He's in his late 70s or mid 70s. But look at his face, old. Go and look at Obama, the one they call Obama. Go and look at him, old. But look at your boo-boo, 35 years old. But his original age is 81. But his real picture is 35 years old. Look at Nigerians. And look at the guard of honor standing behind a fraud. They all know the truth, but they kept silent. Tell me why on earth would we respect you people? Why? It is absolutely impossible. It can never ever happen that we respect you people. We are jumping in now. Now, there is something that I wanted to have read here. But now, let's bring this picture now. So that your people's shame will capture you now. Who do you see on your screen there? Who do you see on your screen? That is the infamous Buhari. From the grave. No, wait. Before we go there, let us remove this topic. Because we always forget removing it. So that you can see clearly. Who do we see there? The infamous, the almighty Buhari. You see the way when the Bobo take position for the center? Look at the way the Bobo just sat in the center. And look at all the children. Normally, he looks like the first child of the woman. Normally, he looks like the first child of the woman. And for the sake of pride, you just put him up there. You just put him up there. Then they now wrote one rubbish on top of it. After the death of former president, whatever. Because the name now, you understand that kind of a thing. So we are not going to call the name. They said his family will receive money and other benefits from the federal government. That's how Fulani calls government. From the federal government as allowed by Nigerian law. How much is the money? Here's what they will get according to Igbo people. They will. When you see people that call government, and you see people that will call will, then you know that the country is in confusion, complete confusion. They say money payments, 350,000 naira every month. How much is 350,000 naira? It is not, let's just say it's just like $2,000. Standard basic salary for someone that is not that educated in the West. That is what the president will receive. The wife. Just imagine the breakdown of the money. And Nigerians are busy sharing this thing. This man and his family, they don't need that money. Do you know why? We are going to show you why they don't need that money. Why that money is just a waste. You understand? That is what we are going to do here. Now. We are going to show you. MNK, we don't need you here now. Where's the Buhari? Because there is a place that we needed to get this thing to for us to see and understand. Because there is an amount of money these people went and borrowed. They went and borrowed billions of billions, 41.2 billion. I didn't get that picture here. Damn it. We didn't get it here. So we just have to keep moving forward. 41.8 billion naira, I mean, billion dollars was what the federal government of Nigeria went and borrowed with the name or perhaps with the identity of this fake Buhari. 41.8 billion dollars. So people, tell me, what are we going to call this nonsense? Where did the money go to? Who did they borrow the money from? Who took that money? Who collected it? It's Nigeria. Nigeria. And we are going to bring that information now to you so that you will see it. We are going to bring it. The man that they used to borrow the money with his name or identity, and who are the ones that's going to pay this money? It is you, the common Nigerian. It is you. Because they will take everything away from you completely. They are going to take every single thing away from you. Then you start paying debts that you know nothing about. You start paying debts that you know nothing about. We are trying to, as we are talking, we are trying to get the pictures out because we know we had the pictures up here before and we don't know why we suddenly missed it or perhaps missed out on it. Yeah, so we'll just dump it here now, both of them, and we'll bring it forward for you all to see. We are going to bring these pictures forward and you all will see why Nigeria is not redeemable. And rightfully so, they will never ever be redeemable. Never, not in this life, nor in the next one. So, let's move this one quickly like this. Look at the Buhari. The one on your left is the 81 years old, if not 85. The one on your right is the 81 years old, if not 85. But let's go with the 81 that they gave us. The 81 that they gave us. Who in his right frame of mind will look at the guy on the right side of the screen and say, truly, this man is 81 years old. Who? It's a pity. It's a pity that people are like this in a place known as Nigeria. They now took this other, the real one, and they threw it in the dustbin. And the family was there smiling, and they took the pictures together. Eh? And this is the same family, Mbaka, Ejike Mbaka, the useless Igbo man. Oh, Buhari's wife is conscious. She is sweet. She's the mother of nations. All the children have God made, God sent. Wow. Igbo man will call Lucifer God at all times, so long as you give him money. That is how they lost their identity. Their Idua identity, their Ubo identity. Igbos traded it. IGBO. Bandits everywhere, very useless people. We are striking the nail into the coffin, direct how it's meant to be. Nnamdi Kanu love and praise them so much. But this is the do. We don't love mad people. And we will never ever love mad people. That is the standard law or standard operation of Idu. We don't do such. Eh? Look at the man on your screen. The 81 years old Bobo. This Bobo now. Now Bobo be this one now. Eh? Look at him. 81. I even look younger. I mean, I even look older than the 81 years old Bobo. Look at now. That Bobo that you see on your screen now, that very Bobo. Now look at him again here. There he is. Now tell me, this Bobo that borrowed 41.8 billion naira, is he anything related to this very Bobo on the screen here? Different identity. Always different identity. When you talk about it, the Nigerian man will say, it depends on how you put the camera. You know, in photography, when you step position camera like this, it's only in Nigeria. I see someone, the name is it Okeke or Chukuma? I said, but you are from this. He said, no, I know Igbo. I know Igbo. I come from Benin. I'm from Edo State. Because I am bearing Igbo name doesn't mean that I'm an Igbo name. Okay, let us look at it. Someone from Australia bears the name Williams. Someone in England bears the name Williams. Are they the same thing? They are not the same. And I looked at the fool. I said, you are a fool. You speak Igbo. You named your children Igbo names. And you say you are not Igbo, you are not from the East, that you are from Benin. Huh? Is it not a shame? Matured old man, as Wike said, I'm not Igbo. My village is close from, it's not far away from Obo or Benin Palace. That is how the Igbo man lies, without shame. You look at the man, you know that this individual is lying, and they will remain on that lie. Next thing, if you want to force them and say you are lying, they'll say, I have the right. I have the right. It's my life. It's not your life. I say, yes, truly, it's your life. That is why nobody respects you people on earth. Nobody. They see them as beasts of burden. Just come and work, make the money. Then when we feel that enough is enough, it's either we terminate your life, take the money, or we kick you out or jail you and still take the money from you. That is what they do to the Igbo people. Worldwide, even in the country, Nigeria, they still do that to them. Look at, from 1999 to 2023, this is what Buhari consumed. Only Buhari. Look at Obasanjo Obi at the bottom, 2.1 billion. That was what he borrowed. 2.1 billion. And look at the Obi. Obi is far older than the one at the top. And both of them fought Biafra war, side by side, shooting the Igbos. Both of them, they fought the Biafran wars. Then at the end of shooting the Igbos, Obasanjo still remains like King Kong. Buhari suddenly transforms from Spider-Man or skeleton to Bobo. Look at the Bobo on your screen. Mad people everywhere. Mad people. Nnamdi Kanu is meant to talk now, but we are not going to dig into Nnamdi Kanu. We still bypass him. We are going to bypass him because we are dealing with Bobo today. Bobo. Now, look at the Bobo here again. This is the Bobo. In the home of the original Buhari, they are not even ashamed to carry this man, this mascot, and put him there. And this mascot was busy chopping and confirming the wife of Buhari. Now business is business. Because I cannot play the role of your husband with all the money, and I will not still be the husband to you on the other department. And the guy was smart. He had to confirm Aisha. Confirmento of the confirm took place there. It now became a project, a business. So imagine, this is the Bobo. Now, look at the Bobo arriving, the fake empty casket. Look at it. Empty casket. How will a plane that cannot go international suddenly go international to London to bring a casket back to Nigeria? Look at the casket. Look at, you see the theatrical that they display there, the acting. You can see the acting. I'm pretty sure that everybody there got paid. And that or they wear mask there, the buzu. He was putting on a mask. Look at them. On the way to Daura for burial. Show me one world leader that went there. Everything was empty. Everybody that stood there, that stood there, that's the right term. They are all in for business. Everyone are businessmen. And look at the face of the guy they put. You can see very neatly shaved. This is 81 years old. You can see the worst part of the mistake these people made. 81 years old Bobo. Yeah. Looking 35. New military conscript. That's a new military conscript. They just recruit and neatly shaved and everything. Even the Buhari of 1987 that took over the government doesn't look like this. No, is it 87? 84 or 86? He doesn't even look like this. He doesn't look anything like this at all. Nigerians. When you ask, say, oh, people, they change. From looking older in 1987 to looking younger in 2025. I don't understand. Somebody should just make me understand what is going on in Nigeria. Bundle of shameless people. Shameless. Look at that one with the eyeglass. Look at how they are acting. I wasn't even looking like this 5 years ago. I was looking far more younger. 5 years later, I'm looking much older than younger 5 years ago. But this guy, the more the time goes forward, the more he becomes younger. If this guy, they're not announcing death today, in the next 5 years, he's going to be like 25 years old person, if not 15 years old. All the baby will vanish. All the eye hair will come out go. After all, they brought one that looked like Hootie the Blowfish, and they give him the eyeglass again. Red mark eyeglass. Eyeglass of corruption. Eyeglass that sees monkey stealing money. Eyeglass that sees snake swallowing money. Now this eyeglass be the only lens when capture that scene. This is the eyeglass. It's a shame. It's a shame. Land of professors, emeritus everywhere, academia award winners. They are all in Nigeria. And this thing happened. Whole video no go act am. Nigerian Hollywood will never. I don't think they will ever act this thing to the end of time, so long as Fulani remains in the land. They are all cowards. But if it's to jump out and act about Biafra, you see them jumping out immediately. Act about this one. This is a script for you people. Pete Edochie, the hungry thief. Go and act about this one. Pete Edochie will never act it. Who born monkey? Who born the maga? Who? Mad people everywhere. Let's switch over to the main this thing.
The same people that encourage.
Now they kind of wait. I never finish. No vex. Wait. Now, do I need to make you talk now, Nambikano? Before you speak, Nambikano, let me give this other one. It's still you.
Ojukwu sat in Aburi with go on.
This one will speak first before that one. Because we are winding down the program now. So continue.
And decided that regionalism was the best way forward. Restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution. 1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent. Wales, the same thing. Everybody is free. But Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy. I prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree. After having signed the agreement, they came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible.
No, now let's stop it there. Nnamdi Kanu said a call came from Lagos that the authority came from England and so on. I said, no, all okay no law. But okay no nama ebazo di nangiga. You understand? Hmm? It takes an internal person to sabotage whatever that you have. Oba of Benin, the Yoruba bandit that was there in Igodo, he knew that if that confederacy should take place, that if the confederacy should take place, that automatically they will lose the throne in the process of time, because the real owner of the thrones, they are still there, and they had a court case going on for years or decades. Even till now, they will lose it. So the Oba himself now had to instigate some officers that never went to that Aburi. They instigated the officers that Gowon had sold out. So how did they do it? And I'm pretty sure that they were the ones that spoke to England, that England should put their might on it to make sure that whatever they did in Aburi never worked. And Kwame Nkrumah was there in Aburi. Have you ever? No, I'm just making this now as a support or our further expose to this, so that peradventure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sees it, he will have another rethink of what actually played out. Do you think that it was from England that the call came direct? No, because there is something that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exposed. There is something that he exposed. And based on that thing that he exposed is where we anchored and we found out more truth deeper than the surface. You know, when Buhari died, it was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's work. He exposed everything. And he said that the Fulani told the queen, the evil woman, to hold back and forget about this thing, that let them run it the other way around, that they shouldn't make further expose of the death of Buhari. The queen agreed and removed her hand. It was the same thing that happened that time from Aburi. The Oba of Benin was the instigator of the war. He was the man that directly caused that war, the Yoruba. And they used Awolowo's jailing of Awolowo, trying to kill him and everything, as an excuse for the war. After all, it was the Yorubas that were meant to be terminated before Colonel Nwabosi and others stepped in. What's the name? Chukuma Kaduna Nzogu and others. They stepped in, did a coup, rescued Awolowo from the jail. So, you know, one way or the other, they must always look for a storyline to put together so that they will have a good reason to strike. So if the issue or the beef or the scuffle was between the Yoruba bandits and the Fulanis, how come did it turn to war against the Igbos? Something wasn't right somewhere. It was internal sabotage in our land that brought about this whole thing. To the eventual killings of the Igbos in the name of war. And while the war went on, Ife Ajuna, that happens to be the first black man to win that gold of the Commonwealth, the first, was now the principal actor of the main sabotage, because he was also a military from Ojuku's side. So he knew the plan, he leaked it out. Not just Ken Sarowiwa and the others. There were many. There were many. Just as they were around you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There were many everywhere. So Ojukwu never knew that he was surrounded by vipers, not even regular snakes, by vipers and boa constrictors. Snake that swallows anything they see, even including cattle. So it was from inside. It was an inside job that brought that bloodshed upon our land, because some people needed to take over the enviable position that they saw. They felt that Ojukwu was going to become the emperor of that region. So some people said over their dead body, just as Ikenga, Iruagu said that instead of freedom to come from Idu, that it is better they scatter everything. Tina Sanwo-Olu said the same thing. That instead of freedom to come from any other side, not even from DOS, if then autopilot or Edu, that they scatter everything and go back to Nigeria. These are your henchmen, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, men that stood with you. This is what they did. And I'm telling you, our leader, that those men and their family must be hanged, excluding none. And their family, immediate and extended, they shall be abrogated from the land entirely. These are all the people. These are all the people. We come with ancient flame, ancient lights that transcends the term Biafra, because we are not Biafra. We are not Biafra, and we are never Biafra. Portugal were the ones that gave that land Biafra, and it wasn't that land that they gave Biafra. It was northern Cameroon and Guinea. Those are the 2 points they call Biafra. Biafra is a trade route that they used to sell slaves. That is the code name. They have code name. And Biafra was named after the place called Mafra in Portugal. So we are not Biafra. We are never. We reject that diabolical name. I'm not meant to go to this side, but we need to iron this thing out. So that when you see this program, you can save it. But the useless things called the Igbos would rather die with that name, because the Igbos are useless. I don't have apology for that. Hate us, we don't care. Mad people everywhere. To their own destruction. Madness to their own destruction. Why I had to do this? It's because of this very thing now. Let me bring it up. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Yeah. Because of this very thing. You all can see it on your screen. IPOB at it again. These evil people. These evil people that sold their own leader. They sold their own for money. Are these the ones, our leader, you want us to associate with? Are these the ones you want us to intermarriage with? You wake up in the morning, you say, because this person is an Igbo, let me go and marry him or her. You deliberately go and marry a snake or a winch in the name of Igbo. To hell with that. We don't do that thing. We know they do them. We never might reach that department. Cristiano Ronaldo said one thing, that the last good woman died in 1999. That is why he will never ever get married. That is what Cristiano Ronaldo said. And we are saying it. That maybe when we saw our partners, maybe they were the last good ones in the Igbo land. So we will not make the mistake. Never ever will we make that mistake of saying, oh, because he come from Igbo, will they go marry? Will they mad? What did they say here? Ahead. IPOB Spain invites you to the inauguration of IPOB Liaison Office Spain, the defunct IPOB. From the day they sold Nnamdi Kanu, it became defunct. It ended. It became tabula rasa. Bam. And that's so it take be. Look at the slow motion man. They called him guest of honor. The man that said he's barrister. Bar. But his own type of barrister is the one that sells beer in the pub. Bar. Now him be that. Chika Edoziem. They called him guest of honor. The man that talks in slow motion but is very, very fast like lightning when it comes to accomplishing evil. Another special guest of honor. They say he is Tony Nzurumike. Tony Nzurumike. That is how they bear foolish names. What is Nzurumike? Look at him there. Idiots everywhere. Father of the day, Austin Agbayim. Is this one supposed to be Agbaya? Look at him. Idiots that sold their leader. Special dignitary, Isaiah Oba. And who is this one? Mother of the day. They said his name is Uche Chikano. This is what this witch called Uche Chikano wants, to enjoy the fame. The fame she knows nothing about. How can you be there to betray a man that you got married to? They call you mother of the day. So now you walk like peacock or pelican. Maybe not pelican, they walk like. I don't know what you walk like. Look at them. They have taken their fraud to the land of the Armadas, Spain. They have taken it there. Later, they will say everyone like Simon Ekpa, you must bring 1,000 in any denomination. No, in the 1,000 from any region, your denomination or currency that you people use, just bring 1,000. Simon started collecting 1,000 naira from people in the eastern part of Nigeria, from the motherland. When Nnamdi Kanu said, do not take a cent from people in the motherland, Simon went ahead and took money from them. And he said, you are Nnamdi Kanu's son. But Jesus said, get thee behind me, Satan. Now Simon intel. Nnamdi Kanu said, do not let the devil enter you. Now see the same Simon. And Simon became the devil. That's why he said he's a dragon. He's a reptile. Simon clearly told you all that he's a reptile, he's evil. That was what he stood for. Big time criminal. Mad people everywhere. I said this particular broadcast is a different type of broadcast. And we are not here to play with that. We are not here to play with that. That is why we had to shoot this broadcast this way. That's why we had to shoot it this way. So, we are going to take this particular one now. We are going to take this particular broadcast out from here and return back to this very one, where we'll let Nnamdi Kanu speak. Then we'll end the program. So, our leader, you can have the floor now and speak.
We were to divide Igbo land, which is Biafra. They were also the same people that killed him. Did any Igbo man kill Ken Saro-Wiwa? And when our late eternal leader came to London, I said to him, why did you not intervene when they arrested Ken Saro-Wiwa? You could have mobilized the entire Igbo nation, which is Biafra itself, to campaign and to pressure Abacha not to kill your brother, Ken Saro-Wiwa. He said to me that what Ken Saro-Wiwa did was unpardonable, that it was God that punished him, that he was in no place to intervene. Ojukwu told me this in London. There were many of us there. Ojukwu came to London then with P2B, Chekwas Okorie, Victor Me. Victor Me then was an ordinary treasurer in Abga. We went to buy them clothes at Oxford Street. Victor Me, did you come to England with any clothes? Did we not go to buy you clothes, myself and Ifani Nebu, and Samume? And what's his name? Chinedu. What's Chinedu's son name again? Forgotten. Ask P2B now. Ask him. He will tell you. Was I not the one that paid for Juko's accommodation at Millennium Hotel with my credit card? Oh dear. At Kensington, that's where we were. Kensington, London. We found him accommodation elsewhere, not in the same hotel with our eternal leader. Oh, you people, you have all forgotten. Did I run to P2B and ask him for money when he became governor? Mad people everywhere. As I was saying, Ujuku said he couldn't have intervened because it was God's will. That the same person, not even people, the individual that Saruwan went to ask, do I have, please give me permission to take Igbo people's properties in Igbocha? Let me convince Igbo that they are not Igbo. The person he went to, the man that gave the permission said, okay, go ahead, was the man that killed him. I want Wike to learn that we have history on our side. You cannot divide our people. You cannot ask a Biafran to go and hunt a Biafran for you. You can't divide us.
Yes, so Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are right. You cannot ask an Iduman, a full-fledged Iduman with no contamination of the reptilian virus in them, to sell out their own personal Idu. But you can ask a Biafran to sell out a Biafran and they will sell immediately. You can ask Igbo man. Don't even ask them. They will be the one that will bring the idea. Hey, Oga, give us anything. We'll do this thing for you. And the man will say, no, I can't do that. He say, Oga, we not say you go do one. Just do one for us. And the man will say, okay, fine. That is why Ken Sadoruwan went to Abacha and said, give me permission to take their properties and convince them. That is a Biafran for you. That is an Igbo man for you. That is how it happens. That's how it plays. But bring the real identity of the people and put it upon them. And the healing will start immediately. Look at the man, Wike, the evil spirit called Wike that said, that will blow off your head. I get juju. A governor saying that I get juju, I will kill you people. And he actually did. Africans. They will come out, they will kill. Then they will go back. Then the religious institute will start praying for them that God should touch them and bless them and guide and protect them. I don't pray for people. I don't. I can only decree against you and decree your doom. And your doom shall come to pass. It is not negotiable. Once we decree your doom, it will come to pass. Continue, our leader.
There was a man that tried to divide us. Today that man is dead. Not by natural causes, killed by the same people that he was seeking to please through the division of the sacred land of Biafra. Wike, you are going to die disgracefully. Anybody who tries to divide a land that God ordained must exist will die a miserable death. Have you asked yourself why Ijaw land is not developed? Why our mothers go to the creek to drink from the same water that they go to toilet in? Have you asked yourself why? You people, you play with God. You don't know Chukwu Kikabiama. You don't know. Some of you don't know because you're not in the spirit. Ijaw, do you think if you remove yourself from Biafra, you'll be developed? Fulani will swallow you overnight. I want you to understand this.
Yeah, so our great leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, sorry that I'm interjecting, but the fact is that the scripture says that some people were created for destruction, condemnation. It is imminent that it must happen. Let his jaw peel out. Let them be vaporized. It must happen. Because we cannot keep managing serpent and cancers at the same time. So it must happen. Let's ask ourselves this critical question. What's going on today is far worse than what happened in the past. How did we lose our real name and identity? It is because of all these things. And let us manage them, wait with time. No. As they are on the super highway of destruction, just let them take their McLaren or McLaren, Lamborghini, and Bugatti. Yeah, let them take their McLaren and Bugatti and speed up to destruction. It's not a difficult thing. We are doing program with the same useless HR people from those areas, and they sold out. They can come to the program and shout, Tinubu, help us to kill the Igbos. Can you see the depth of the hatred and the wickedness there? Are these the ones that you want us to associate with? Are these the ones that you want when we see them going to die, we'll go and save them? We'll save another Awolowo that will turn around and become an hour on top of our life? Never. Never. We don't learn from our own experience. We learn from what happened to you. When we see what happened to you, we'll get prepared. So we are not going to do that. We will never ever do it. We are silent. We have stepped aside. We are watching. We are watching the grand decimation and obliteration of the land. Whatever that is left from there, maybe we can start from there. We'll try to educate them right about who they are. But if they refuse, we step aside and watch the final obliteration with no finger being raised to defend them. They deserve obliteration. They deserve it. That is the saddest truth. We deal with reality here. Continue, our great leader.
That is why you are not developed and can never be developed in this world. Never, ever, ever, for betraying Biafra. Is A.I.R doing well? Simple question. The reason why A.I.R is doing well is because of Philip Effiong. God had mercy and said, because of Philip Effiong, I will leave you alone. All of you that said, we are not Biafra, I'm not Igbo. Are you doing well today? Are you better off than Anambra, Imo, Abia, Enugu, Ebonyi? Are you better than them? Simple. You think you can divide the people of God? God will strike you dead. Nobody can do it. No human being can do it. Let me tell you. Your name is Nyesom Wike Waike. Because we are known by who our fathers are. His name is Ken Wewa Nwa Iwa. The same way you have Wachuku, they change it to Wachuku, W-A. The same family, Wachuku, W-A. Wike is, they took away the N. Wa-Ike, he took away the N. So they will sound, they will say, I'm not Igbo. Wa-Ike is his name. He took away the N, took away the A, and said it's Wike. W-I-K-E. The name of the foremost Ogoni freedom fighter is Ken Wa-Iwa. They took away the N as Wike did, took away the A. It is now Wiwa, W-I-W-A. To hide their Igbo identity. The same thing that Ken Sarawiwa did with the same surname, or should I say with the same alphabets in the surname. Wa-Ike is N-W-A-I-K-E. Wewa is N-W-A-I-W-A. What Ken Sarawiwa did, Wike is now doing. Wike, they took off the N and the A. You now have Wike, W-I-K-E. Wewa took off the N and the A and is now Wewa, W-I-W-A. And two of them are going to meet the same end. Mike, I am laying a curse on you that you may know that God Almighty sent me. The same way Fulani rejected Ken we were at the right time and killed him, so shall they do to you if we don't get you first. Mike, I want you to understand the reason why I hate you now more than anybody else in the world. Do you know why I despise you now? Because you are trying to divide the children of God. Ken Seruwa tried it and was killed. Anybody who tries it will die. If you try it, you will die. Ken Seruwa is Mwa-Ewa. That's his name. Mwa-Ewa. M-W-A-I-W-A. Mwa-Ewa, the son of Ewa. They called it Mwe or Wiwa. Mwachuku became Wachuku. People are fools. You said, you know, my people are not well in the brain. You reject a name that God Almighty gave to you in order to please Fulani. Kesrewa and Fulani killed him. Wike, you are renaming the name of, as I told you, Okino, method Okino. They're the ones Urumu Allah, Urumu Krushi, Urumu Adolu, Omo Adaolu, the children of the only surviving daughter. When they came from Arochukwu, they took everybody into slavery. Only one woman survived. Only one survived. And she gave birth to children. They named the place Omo Adaolu, the children of the only daughter. The land of God. And you idiots want to divide it. The land of God itself. You want to divide the children of God to allow uncircumcised vandals to come in to possess a land that God gave to our ancestors. Omo Adha Olu, the children of the only surviving daughter. Adha Olu, the only daughter they had.
Yeah, leader, we must interject here once again so that we can wrap up the program. We never wanted the program to go beyond 1 hour, but now it's over 1 hour. We have come to the end of the program, but we'll end it this way. Everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said is the truth. And the sides that needs adjustment must be adjusted. It's not that the uncircumcised are coming in between or they are giving them space to come in. No, they are there. But the thing that is going on now, the techniques which they use to destroy Igodo is everywhere in the land. Proliferation has happened already. Many of the daughters of the land and even the men of the land, they are brought in vandals as their own children. Illegitimate buzu is what they brought in. So those children that they gave birth to inside the land, because those children copied some trace of our blood in them, they are the ones that bypasses the sacredness of the land to destroy it. And above all, the land is littered with witchcraft. The craft of the reptiles, the culture, the religion, and the lifestyle of the reptiles is what is known as witchcraft. The fallen angels, the demons, which happens to be the reptilian race. That is why the land got destroyed to that point. That is why the name of the land got buried. but the frequency points and zones of the land that radiate the energy is still there. They have all the ley lines, all the polar points all over, littered everywhere. And these points can be traced, but they covered it with a lot of things. And we can rightly point out that at this point, there is a ley line. At this side, there is another one. We can point it out. And from there, we now do the sacred things that will make them holy once again. And automatically, the reptiles, these evil things, all these ones that say they are wiwa, rumo, everywhere, including Reno Mukri, all of them will just drop dead wherever they are across the globe. They know these things. Every secret societies of the world, from the Masons to the Rosicrucian, from the Rosicrucian to the Order of the Eastern Star, anything that you want to call them, forgotten their names. Just name it. They all know this fact. Why is it that it is us, our own people, that don't know these things? We came into this world with these things. We never got it from initiation. We can point it out. So when you are moving, don't look at these people. It's a decree that will eliminate these people. All of them in totality. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you have that in you. Our job is not this. The job is yours. Our job is different. Because what it takes to do this thing is in your hand. So you must know these things. You must know it. I'm not here for unity. We are not uniting anything. We are here with the sword, and that sword is to cut everything and destroy everything. We must destroy the land. We must uproot it from the foundation and throw it away. We are not here for peace. As Yeshua said, do not think we come for peace. We came with a sword. That is what we are here for. I'm not here for unity. Fake unity that hid our identity for donkey years and gave us every other name apart from our original name. Starting from Biafra, Bantu, Arkebulan, Ethiopia, Kosh, just name it. Just name it. We are not here for all those ones. We are here to wipe the plates clean, even throw the plate away and build a new one. Mad people everywhere. So our leader, we still give you your salute. Anyhow when it could be, come out and complete the mission that Chukwuka Benigwe has given unto you. The flame is burning. Come out and finish your mission. When you come out, you see all these men then, you know what to do to them. Nobody will tell you. So with this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have come to the end of today's broadcast. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you can talk for a few seconds so that we can log off.
Why do you think I said that Iguacha will be the capital of Biafra land? But of course now Igodomigo is making a very strong case for it. Did we ever know that Igbo land started from even Benin City itself? We never knew. Because God said, I will, when the time comes, if you come back to me after our 2015 atonement prayer, if you abandon every other God, including the one the white man brought to you, and face me, and only me, then nobody answers why Jesus, where we come from. Do you answer why Jesus? I'm asking you a question. Or why Muhammad? Is that your name? Is your name one Muhammad or one Jesus? You answer Wachuku, the Son of God of heaven and earth. This is maybe. In 2015, I prayed, and I'll release that very clip today. Listen to it. All of you claiming you're from Niger Delta, listen to that atonement. God said, anytime you come back to me, I will bring all of you back together again from where you come from, including Igodomi land. I will teach you in the spirit the history of Oba and Idu. That place is Idu land. Idu land. They call it Idu. Ubiaja, they call Eshan.
You've heard it. You've heard it. Idu. 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 Nnamdi Kanu said something about Idu. It's so-called useless bar called Dozem and the others. The so-called useless educated bandits that came around and stood around Nnamdi Kanu, the serpentine bandits. They had to strike before the original identity will come up. They sold him quickly in a haste. They never knew that Ancient Idu and the others, the flip mode squad, that is far more ruthlessly violent. And our great leader, they are coming. They are coming. They never saw it coming. They never saw it coming. They think taking away Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will end the storm. But they never knew that something else was on its way. The restoration is here. And it's complete. Come out and raise the flag up. Come and raise it up. And every other impurity shall flee before the flame. Now so it be. Now Chukocha nke Benigwe. He say.